this history. You see this? Because when you hear about an economist, you just think about figures. And an investor, you just think about figures. And a stockbroker and figures and this kind of stuff. And you know how you balance the dividends and how you buy and sell and all of that stuff. But when you do not understand the history, when you as an African do not comprehend that you were the first stocks and bonds. You were in bondage and you were stocks, you came over here as stock, according to them. Cargo, you understand. It wasn't the love boat, Rasta. It was the SS Jesus. So we were the stocks and the bonds in bondage. We were the ones that they were trading on Wall Street. We were the one. So how could you're the one that they're trading on Wall Street and now you want to try to say that you're the top of the economical food chain? How does that happen and you're the stocks and bonds? How on earth can the stocks, how on earth can the commodity that we are trading become the head of the food chain? That make any sense? Oh, come on, priest, what you're saying, slavery is done and gone. I tell you that already. No, we are not no stocks and bonds anymore. I tell you already. Wall Street never locked down, and say taking a 3 years holiday and purging itself from the sins it has done. It's the same old Wall Street running up to now. I don't know if they've changed their constitution. I don't know what's going on in there, but it's the same Wall Street. Yes, it looks a bit different, but so does Sesame Street. Everything looks different, It's created to entice you. It's created to put the wool over your eye. It's created to numb you. It's created to make you believe that right is wrong and wrong is right. That's the world today. So again, how could you be the stocks and bonds that we trade in and expect to be at the head of the economical food chain? And I'm saying that in the levels of comprehension of what Brother Louis Farrakhan is saying there when he's speaking specifically of our own understanding of history. Of course, is the best to reward us. That's a phrase from Malcolm X. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's about history rewarding us. Yeah. So basically, what does all of this have to do with the economy? Listen to what the brother is saying, Goody, talking about the funding of war. He mentioned Martin Luther King. He mentioned you can't, this is why, well, did he mention Martin? But he basically said that's why your leaders are cut down, because they're standing in the way of the economic flow of the enemy. And the enemy's economic flow is not your economic flow. The enemy's economic flow is different than yours. Your economic flow is just to keep you, and listen to me, good. I'm not talking about a black man or a black woman and one or two of them that make it to the so-called top of the hill as we perceive to be the so-called top of the hill. No, not no one and two. I'm talking of a nation rising. They have so-called rich white people and rich and poor white people. We all know, we understand. But there's not a white person that is honest, within themselves, that wouldn't tell you that because of who they are, they have what is known as white privilege. There's something called white privilege. It exists. Just like driving while black exists, well, white privilege exists. It's there. You ain't got to be rich or poor to have it. If it don't work over here, believe me, it will work over there. You understand? It's there. So we know that. Just accept that, and that's just the reality of it. So this is why we're looking now at the whole aspect of history and how history has shaped. Listen, how history has shaped our economical situation as a people. No black privilege there. Stocks and bonds, I telling you. So even though every member of the Caucasian world has not reached to the so-called pinnacle, it has been set. It's almost like when you come into the world, is you have a grand start already in this world here, just because of who you are. And it's all stemming from the oppression of one specific set of people. That's the point. So we can go back into the Congo. We could go into the Africa in general and talk about the robbing of the mineral wealth and the state of Africa today. And you gonna tell me slavery done when people still eating M&M? Where the chocolate come from? You gonna tell me slavery done, eh? When people still driving on Michelin tires, where the rubber come from? You gonna tell me slavery done and people still wearing, talking about diamonds are girls' best friend. Where to find them diamonds there? And yet still the places where these rich commodity come from is considered the poorest or the second poorest and at the bottom of the ladder when it comes to being rich or poor, poverty. And I'm talking about places like the Congo and Ivory Coast and these places. And you got to be a politician if you're going to say, well, brother, I'm from the DRC and the GDP this year went up 3%. Come on, them is foolish talk. Them things don't reach the real people. People still dying, suffering in a country that's supposed to be able to feed the world several times around. So this is more than just hustling. This is more than just making a dollar. We're talking about the economy of a people, and we're linking it now, as you've been getting from Minister Louis Farrakhan, with history and current events, and even the theater of war is very important. Basically, what he's saying is this: that somebody set off war. That's why you can't try to stop their war here. That's what he's saying. Somebody set off the war. So you attack them people down here. So they come and attack. Very good. Very good. Just give them a little while. So the person that's getting attacked now, obviously, in many cases, he ain't got enough firepower to attack back. So he now gonna go now to the international bankers and say, hey, I need to borrow some money to go and fight off this fella that attacking him. And the fella that attacking him is the international bankers send him to attack him. So he go and the international bankers lend him the money. Now what he gonna do with the money? Money can't win war. You can't throw pennies at them and win the war. He gonna take the money and go and buy guns, arms, ammunition, tanks, planes, warships, battleships, whatever he's gonna need or what is necessary to win this war, he's gonna buy that. Where is he getting these ammunition, guns, and bombs, and tanks, and rocket firing machine, and all of the fullness thereof that you need to win a war? He's getting it from the same fella that loaned him the money to fight the war. Again, the person that he's buying the weaponry from is the person that loaned him the money. And that person is the same person that sent the person that is attacking him. And he done lend him money to do that. And at the end of the day, you owe him money when the war done. And he done cashing in from the war. So now Martin Luther King can stand up and say, you must stop no war in Vietnam. Who is you? Where is your army? Jesse Jackson, he can't stop the bullet that we gonna send for you. Farrakhan.
In 1912, when Woodrow Wilson was elected, the debt of America was about $1 billion.
Listen.
When Woodrow Wilson left office by 1920, the debt had risen 800 times what it was when he came into office. How did that happen? Now you say, well, how does this impact on you in 1995? Can you hold on a few more minutes?
Listen. 2022.
Look, brothers and sisters, in 1912, Woodrow Wilson was elected. 1913, IRS is established. What?
Blessed Love family, great news from the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. We are now enrolling new students for our ongoing international homeschool program. Yes, family, now is the time to contact us to get more information on our African heritage classes as well as our astronomy classes. Let me explain. Our classes are factually and scientifically based, plus designed and